What is up, everybody? Brandon here, and another episode of Dominate Every Aspect. This is episode 2, and today I wanted to cover, of course, my progress, but I wanted to tell you guys why I'm weighing myself daily. Now, there's different reasons why I've chosen to weigh in daily. One, it's just super easy, for me to stand on the scale every single morning after I go to the bathroom. But I feel like it paints a little bit better picture of what my weight is doing over the course of the week, over the course of the month, over the course of the prep. So this week, my weight was kind of all over the place. One day I had to go to my wife's Christmas party, so I did have to estimate food. I didn't really estimate correctly. My weight was up that day. So I did see a high of 195.6, I believe. Got to double check that. 195.2, but then I also did see a low of 193 even this week. My weekly average did not change from last week, so what I'm kind of thinking is I definitely need to make another change, and I'll put that in my posing video, what I changed my numbers to, but we'll get back to why I chose to weigh in daily. What I used to do was just pick one day out of the week and weigh myself on that given day. Now, we all know our weight fluctuates throughout the course of the week. Some days, that day, my weight was lower. Other days, it might have been higher. Some days, it might have been normal. So I really didn't feel like it painted a good picture. Now, there are some pros to weighing in daily. Like once again, I said that it paints a little bit better picture. You could see fluctuations. The con is that sometimes it's not too fun to see your weight go up and down throughout the course of the week. We know that even though if you hit your macros to the dot, sometimes your weight's not always going to go down. So you have to use it as a learning tool and not overreact to when you see these scale fluctuations. So I make all my changes to my diet on Saturday only. I'm not going to make changes midweek because I want to see how the week is going to play out. So that's basically the number one reason why I chose to weigh in daily with myself. I know that's a little bit more, but there's just a lot more points along the way that you could see for a trend rather than 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week. And I'd rather have 7 points in a week to see what my weight's doing over the course of the time. So technically, I'm going to have like 9 months of daily weights by the end of this prep, and it's going to be a nice trend to see my weight going up and down accordingly. So guys, hope you enjoy the training footage as always, a little bit of posing footage at the end, and I'll do a voiceover as I always do, kind of let you know what changes I made, if any. But guys, have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next week in the update.
Alright, what's up guys? We're going to show you some highlights from my high rep full day. I do a lot of rowing movements. I feel like my back thickness is one of my weak points. So here we're doing a chest supported T-bar row. Usually I do about 3 to 4 sets, sometimes 5 depending on how the movement feels. And for this we're going up to sets of 20 basically on all the exercises today if I can. So I'm really focusing on squeezing my shoulder blades together. It is kind of hard for me not to use my brachialis in that to get the weight up. But next we're moving on to our lat pull down. And I have actually 2 views that I wanted you guys to see. This one is just the rear view, and it's showing, I'm trying to pull the bar down towards my chest, obviously driving the elbows back, pinching the shoulder blades together slightly. And we're going to get another view here coming up. And I'm going to show you, I actually do lean backwards a little bit, and you'll see why coming up. I feel like it just gives me a little bit better of activation as opposed to just being completely vertical. So once again, this is another 3 to 4 sets of 20. And I'm walking away there. Did not edit that one. Very good. So here's another one. This is the other angle here. And I'm leaning slightly back, not too far. Try not to put too much momentum into it because the last thing I want to do is use momentum. Of course, here at the end, you might see as the reps might start to get a little bit looser. I'm noticing my butt's coming off. But really just trying to squeeze, keep the weight moving as much as possible. This was probably one of my later sets, so I was definitely a little bit more fatigued. You notice I don't go all the way up just because I don't want to take the tension off of my lats. Once again, another rowing movement. I do like this one probably the most. I get the best activation out of it is a double overhand cable row. I try to stay fairly upright. Now, once again, this is towards the end of my workout, so I am a little bit more fatigued. I'm just trying to pull that bar towards my chest as much as I can. Still trying not to use too much momentum, but once again, I can see to my face that I am struggling a little bit here. So really just trying to get that back thickness on point. Basically, all my bicep movements are going to be in some kind of hammer motion, really just to hit the brachioradialis. And I'm really squeezing here. This is going to be, high reps. I don't do too many sets of biceps in all honesty. My arms just happen to grow quite a bit. I might do maybe like 9 total sets of biceps, in the course of a workout. Finishing off here with traps, I got to shout out Doug Miller on this one because I actually stole this one from Doug, which is just a cable shrug. For high reps, I find it really effective just to go in the prone position and really basically tuck my shoulders towards my ears and really get a good contraction. The range of motion is not tremendous, but I get a really, really good activation in it. And here is some posing footage from this morning, which is Saturday. This week, I did not see much change in my physique, unfortunately, and I will put it up on the video here, what changes I made. My weight did remain the same, so I did make some changes. I did notice some visual changes, but once again, since my weight hasn't moved for a couple weeks, I think it's safe to say that I need to make another cut. I did notice this morning that I actually looked a little bit flatter, a little bit tighter than I had earlier in the week, so that was a good sign. I did see a nice new low weight of 193 even, but I think it's just time, once again, to make a change, since the scale is not moving. I have been hitting the weights a little bit harder, so I might be gaining a little bit more lean tissue just because of my injury from my back, but I don't want to take any chances. So we're just going to make another small dialing back. I do feel like my posing is coming along a little bit. I did feel a little bit rushed this morning just because I wanted to eat right before I headed out to go run some errands before the gym. That side pose is coming along. I feel like my waist actually looks a little bit better from the side. I still am making all these crazy faces. I don't think that's ever going to change per the week. Backside, once again, I do hold quite a bit of fat on my backside in general. So that's usually one of the last places, especially around my waist. So hopefully the lats start to come in a little bit more as we start to drop. From the side, I'm actually looking halfway decent. At least look like a little bit of a bodybuilder. That pose is always pretty solid for me, and I'm just kind of messing around here at the end. But yeah, guys, that's my current physique. So on to next week. Hope you enjoy.